Over the monthly, Facebook announced it would be with face acceptance to let users aware each period a picture of them had been downloaded to the website. Such a characteristic would be very helpful to one man, social relations vocational Jonathan Hirschon, who has controlled to remain nameless on the public web for the history 20-year. He has more than rather than 3,000 friends on Facebook and routinely updates his section in private data, wherever he is departure on feast, which he has prepared for lunch and the country of his public health. But which he has never share on the public web, or everywhere else on the internet, is a image of oneself. It is, he told, his way of shouting my confidentiality to the planet. I select to stake practically all on myself on public print, but my person is the nature of me separately, and the is on refusal to offer up the recent chunk of recognizable data how I can monitoring. One of the big debates of 2018 is departure to be about our private data, how we stake it, which Facebook, Amazon and Google do in it, and which should occur while it is kidnapped or hacked. Portion of how debate will be play out in hard new EU laws upcoming in strength in May, that aim to offer countrymen behind monitoring of their information. Several trust the General Information Protect Regulatory, GDPR, will rotate private information in a product, as precious as oil, how countrymen can stake and sell for their own gain. Mr. Hirschon wishes the US would incite such laws, but is dubious how it will once conduct to countrymen receive wealthy on their own data. I'm completely in favor of it, but in procedure to perform how, human beings will include to completely changing their thought, while with public print law currently, we delight them as a completely complementary facility monetized by ads aim really particularly at us since the services aware so lot on us. Before such a period as we select to pay for these services, while we include the stock option of compliance our information individual and monetizing it ourselves, the concept will stay fair how, and concept. He is as well so aware how the web is the low nameless location on land. Confidentiality is an delusion, the fact is how as you go through the web, you keep traces of oneself anywhere. 25 years ago, while the web was in its childhood, he done a deliberate judgment to hold his image off the network. It began as a play, to see how length I could do it to, he told. Or 25 years after it is yet work. He obviously enjoys the statute of creature the web's secret person. While human beings ask me why I do it, I offer them 4 persons options. A. I am timid. Couple, I utilize to job as a agent. 3. I am on the Eyewitness Protect program. 4 persons, all of the over. I reject to prove or reject that one is the true. At a latter meeting on the question, Facebook's Vice Chief of Confidentiality, Stephen Dedman, outlined GDPR as the largest solitary changing for Facebook with it was based. Julian Saunders, head execution of Private Information Toolbar told, "The is a large, groundswell changing in the relation among business community and human beings. Information is force, that is thing how firms include named for a length period. Currently, the shoe is on the some leg. Individuals will be in lot superior stance to aware wherever their information is utilized and who it is creature share in. More, our many faces are proper portion of our private information track. Face acceptance has been utilized by Facebook with 2010 to identification and tag users. Letter of credit map companies are looking at with selfies to enable human beings to pay for things. Time schools are examining the technique to verify maintenance, and law coercion already turns to it to path downward criminals. Pome's newest telephone, the iPhone X, uses face acceptance to identification the proprietor and hold the phone secure. Maybe amazingly, Mr. Hirschon is outdoor to the concept. I requirement to modernize my telephone and I wish to substitute it in an iPhone X. I confidence Pome in my information. Lot of the points of face acceptance are stored local on the telephone. Pome doesn't get how data. But he is precise on one item. I wouldn't buy a Google telephone. Of human beings take selfies to tourists on the observation for the ultimate shooting, the autonomous planet is now complete of human beings clicking pictures. And digital copies will frequently pursue as dividing our lives on Instagram and some public networks becomes a regular portion of the everyday usual. I include scientific to rotate my chief while I'm in a mob, told Mr. Hirschon. He routinely speaks at conferences, places he high as top hazard for his on the internet anonymous crusading. His at first slideshow, no question which the theme he is talk on, is ever a image of a chamber in a red cut via it. He as well asks the organizers to recall the auditorium how not one should get and position a image of him on the internet. Stay nameless is rather a work. He routinely trawls the web looking for pictures how may include escaped his note, but unusually in 25 year has found just couple. I race to discover 2 languages friends in both of instances to email an immediate chirp reverently request on my name to get the image downward, both of were lucky to do so and apologized abundantly for the mistake. Anything made out of wickedness, fair tongue issues. He is lifelike although on supporting his face anonymous. It will end ultimately, but while it does I include a decision that I urge the Spartacus chop. In the 1960s movie, the slavery's sameness was secured while lot of his comrade slaves stood up and proclaimed, "I'm Spartacus." Mr. Hirschon has tailored how concept for the digital year. A pair of year back, I requested friends to tag pictures of accidental human beings, animals, mineral deposits in my behalf and flooding Google in them. So currently, while one image slips via the net, it win T question since you are not departure to be capable to speak that one is me.